Okay, so this is the Bokashi kitchen composter. I got this for two reasons. First of all, I wanted a composting method that I could do in the winter because I live in the Northeast US and the ground gets frozen. And the other thing is I was looking for a composting method that wouldn't attract animals. So what's great about this method of composting is that essentially it turns the food into a fermented pre-compost. And I've been using this method for around 8 months now, and the animals do not seem interested in getting into it. But the things that I've grown in there, like I've grown tomatoes and beans, they grow really great. So how it works is it's an anaerobic method, so you want to keep the lid closed as much as possible. So once a day, I'll put my food scraps in there. For about every inch of food scraps that I put in, I put about 1 tablespoon of the Bokashi Bran. And then every once in a while, I turn this and to drain off the compost tea. And then you can use the compost tea, dilute it. So maybe like 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoons in a gallon of water. You can use that to water your houseplants, which is really nice. And then, so when the bin fills, you just set it aside for 2 to 3 weeks. So it's good actually to have 2 bins because while this one's sitting, you're still gonna have food scraps. So you're gonna need another bin to put the food in. So we're at the end of that right now. This has been sitting for 3 weeks. So now what's up next is I dump it outside and then I put a bag of topsoil over it and then I let it rest outside for about another 2 weeks. So while that's going on, so I have raised beds out back and that's where I let this sit. And then when it's ready after the 2 weeks to be used for planting, I just move it to wherever else in my garden I want it to be. So unless there's a lot of snow outside, I can just dump this outside with the topsoil pretty much any time of year. So there's different bins like this. So the biggest advantage of this one in particular is that there has been no issues at all with leaking. So some of these bins will get leaky around the spout here and then you'll get like the kind of gross water coming out. I have never had an issue with this particular bin leaking. The biggest downside is that this doesn't come with any accessories. Basically what you see here is what you get. You also get the Bran and a little instruction booklet. And that's it. My other bin comes with stuff like a tamper so that you can press down the food, a little bucket that I keep in my kitchen to collect food scraps all day since I'm only opening this once a day. This one doesn't have any of the extra accessories like that, but it does the most important thing, which is hold the food and the spout doesn't leak. So I'd say this has been a very good purchase. I love being able to compost. I tried different methods over the years and it just seemed like the mice would always want to get into anything that involved putting the food directly outside. So this pre-composting method has been really great to repel the mice. So I would definitely buy this again. I'm still on my first bag of Bran, and like I said, I've been composting I think like 8 months. So I wouldn't let the cost of the Bran deter you from trying this method because 1 bag will last a pretty long time. And I think that's it.